you saw that fight, and you marked my card about Yordanyan when I realised I was going to get him in the semi-finals. You said, look out for him, you'll enjoy watching him.
He is a rough customer. Without wishing to be unkind in any way, he's got a build reminiscent of iconic heavyweight 2-ton Tony Galento, and he boxes in a similar way to roundhouse blows, always on the front foot, looking to unload. Very aggressive individual, but it's effective aggression, it's educated pressure, and he brings it. Does Artyom Yordanyan, 2016 World Youth Championship participant in St. Petersburg. I was at that tournament at 81 kilograms. Just before that, he was a European junior champion in the 80 kilogram plus division. Here he is up at 91 kilograms, and as Andy's pointed out, this man is a handful.
Well, here comes Vladimir UZUNIan, the Russian #2 seed. He was at that World Youth as well in 2016, where he won a silver medal, and he's had an interesting tournament so far. His quarter-final against Yevgeny Pavlovsky of Ukraine, that was a close fight. That could have gone the other way. He got it on the cards. Then in his semi-final, he was up against Maciej Bereznitsky, an interesting fighter. Bereznitsky boxes out of a club near Portsmouth in England, but pulls on the vest of Poland. And I was impressed with Bereznitsky when I saw him, and it was a close fight, but then the Pole lost his head, put the head in the final round, and had a point taken for that, which really did seal things. UZUNIan is a well-organised type of a fighter. He's got a considerable, I would say, size advantage on Yordanyan here, who you would say is not really a full-blown heavyweight. Could he make light heavy with some hard training? I don't know. There's a big gap between 81 and 91. It's basically a stone and a half just over in old money, if that's what you operate in. But he's great to watch. He is great to watch. He will bring this right from the start, and he will bring it to the max. What was interesting about this fight against Mali was that, having won the first round with that knockdown and won it 10-8 with most of the judges, and he won the second too, although Mali put up a good performance in the third round, he could have coasted, but he can't. He just can't do it, and he just continued to throw the kitchen sink at him all the way through. So I think we know what we're going to get here from the Georgian wearing red. The Russian #2 seed UZUNIan in blue is a more of an orthodox type of character. He's got the height, and he will look to try and stick out that jab and catch Yordanyan on the way in. A neat bit of body work there from UZUNIan as well. And that jab will be key. If he can keep using that jab, doesn't necessarily need to land absolutely clean, even if it lands on gloves, on shoulders, so long as it lands heavy enough, it just causes your opponent to reset and start again. And here he comes, Yordanyan, just trying to steam onto the inside there. UZUNIan hit him with a nice body shot before that, but that was a decent looking uppercut there from Yordanyan. A minute into round one. The Russian has dealt fairly well with things so far, and the referee having a word with Yordanyan there. Yordanyan had owned up to that one before the ref had even spoken, just hitting with the inside of the glove. It's a knuckle part of the glove that you've got to land if you want to execute a scoring punch. Yordanyan, if anything, just a little bit too close there. UZUNIan looking for that jab again. That was a decent shot. Moving around the outside of the ring here and doing a decent job of it. Every now and again just steps in and meets Yordanyan exactly as he does there, just sets his feet and looks to really kind of tee off on him as he comes in. He's not just going to flick that jab and get on his bike. That's not how you do this. Big flailing right hand there from Yordanyan, missed by quite some distance into the final minute of the round. And Yordanyan yet to have any real notable success. That won't discourage him. But UZUNIan has dealt well with this up until this point. As I said, he's mixed it up. Sometimes he's looked to get that jab into effect, other times he's allowed Yordanyan to come into him and then held his feet like he did there and banged in a jab to the body. Yordanyan got through with the right hand that time and then made it look a little bit clumsy. pirouetted and stumbled away to his right a touch. But there again, UZUNIan just choosing to stand his ground. Looks for the uppercut. Didn't get through absolutely clean, but picked a couple of nice punches there. YORDANYAN chasing him around the ring a bit, struggling to cut the ring off on UZUNIan. And we got what we knew we would get from the Georgian, and the Russian dealt with it pretty well, I thought.
Thought he dealt with it excellently. I thought that was a very good display over the course of the 3 minutes from UZUNIan. Brought the uppercut into play early on, and look at that for a stiff jab. Stepping off, not running in any way, shape or form, but using the space of the ring, creating angles. And on a couple of occasions, the uppercut that he uncoiled was solid indeed. One of them practically lifted this man off his feet because the impact was doubled up as he was coming forwards. Plenty of encouragement for both boxers from the support teams and teammates here in the stands, but I don't think there's any doubt that this man took the round, and I think he took it very accomplished fashion indeed. Terrific use of his legs, and providing his conditioning can hold up. Well, this is proof this could well be a very difficult task for YORDANYAN if that first 3 minutes is anything to go by. He'll have other ideas, of course.
Well, he swept it on the scorecards, Harry. It was an easy round to score, and what was good about it was the way that he mixed it up. He knows that YORDANYAN is going to come to him, but he knows that he can't just give ground. This is heavyweight boxing. Some of the time he did what he's doing here, which is skirting around the edge of the ring, feeling those ropes on his back, flicking out the jab, using that effectively. And then when he felt he needed to, he would step in, dig his toes in, get some good leverage on punches up close in that kind of mid-range. YORDANYAN has just got to try and keep his head on the move. That's a trip from UZUNIan as he was sliding off to his left. He's got to keep the faith here, YORDANYAN, that he's going to get to his man. He's well used to how these 3-round contests can go. In the majority of them, at a good level anyway, he may well find himself dropping the first round, but he'll hopefully have taken something out of his opponent's tank dropping that first round, start to get to them in the second, and maybe give himself a chance of turning it around. The referee looking at the inside of the glove there of YORDANYAN again, feeling that he was using that a little bit too much. UZUNIan just pawing with that jab, just trying to keep him occupied, then chops down with a hook, just hooking off that jab. Short with the right hand there, YORDANYAN, and as I said before, he's just tending to chase UZUNIan a bit rather than cut the ring off on him. He turned southpaw there briefly, the Russian fighter, showing good technique to land a 1-2 out of that left-handed stance. Kind of right-hand lead there, and then just rakes in a screw shot, uppercut almost. YORDANYAN got through with a left, but his successes have been fairly few and far between, really. Despite all the pressure that he's tried to put UZUNIan under, he's given him maximum effort here. He certainly can't be faulted for that, but he's in with an opponent here who was well schooled. Just takes his weight back there. Good defence. He was backed into the corner, avoided a left hook by just a barely perceptible dip of the knees, which saw that one miss him, and then he just pulled his weight back and avoided another one. Good right hand there though from YORDANYAN towards the end of the round. Final 30 seconds. UZUNIan, I think, might feel he just needs to just do a little bit of work in the final 20 seconds or so. I think he's done the crisper, cleaner punching in this round again. It's not too different from the first. Bit of spit flying out of the mouth there of UZUNIan as he got caught with a left hand, and I think this is a better round for YORDANYAN, who's persevered and is beginning to get to UZUNIan at times as the sand just runs out of the timer at the end of round 2. Better round for YORDANYAN, but probably not quite good enough.
I would agree with that characterization entirely. Credit to him for his persistence, kept on coming, and he did have more success than he enjoyed in the first round. Started to target the body of the man in blue, but the reason he didn't have as much success because of moves like that. Uppercut, then stepping through, and he used the uppercut again terrifically to catch the advancing man in red. Straightened out his left jab repeatedly. Very good round of boxing indeed for the man in blue, and I think the Russian boxer, well, Wow, they've given that on a 4-1 split to the man in red, and I find that rather extraordinary. So quite simply, because of that scoring, it's all square for 4 of the 5 judges. Judge 4 has the Russian boxer 2 points up, but I did not see that over the course of that 3 minutes.
No, nor did I. I'm with the Belarusian judge there, who's got it 2 rounds to 0 in favour of UZUNIan. So 4 scores of 19 apiece. Yordanyan needs to convert 3 of them. UZUNIan needs to convert 2, and they'll have told him in the corner. And I did say with 30 seconds to go, he maybe needed to just put in a little bit of work. He might feel that he needed to do that just to make absolutely sure in that round. I wasn't really in any doubt myself, but I think he's got to up the tempo, up the work rate here, UZUNIan. We know that Yordanyan will just keep coming forward and keep coming forward and keep coming forward, and UZUNIan has got to do more maybe of what he did in the first round, which is hold his feet and look to really hit him hard, because he didn't do as much of that in the second round as he did in the first. Because this is right up in the balance here, very much so. Yordanyan just leaning in, looking to try and let go with that right hand. UZUNIan with a left to the body there, looking for the right uppercut. Then the jab. Yordanyan coming forward. UZUNIan again with the jab. And the Russian just moving off to his right. Leads off with a left hook. That's 4 or 5 good single shots that he's thrown there. UZUNIan makes Yordanyan miss with the left hand. Yordanyan finds a touch of space and gets through with his right on the inside. But that pocket of boxing there for me is the difference between the two. Yordanyan's coming forward all the time. We can see that. But UZUNIan off the back foot landed 3-4 good, decent shots to Yordanyan's 1. From where I'm sitting, that's how this has gone. But I think the judges are inside in that second round must have favoured Yordanyan coming forward and having a better round than the first round. So heading up towards the final minute. Right to the body there was a good shot from UZUNIan. Another right hand, and then just moves off to his right, looking to try and double up on that jab. Aims the uppercut. Yordanyan trying to track him down. Launches into a left hand, which I think landed not all that clean. He looks for a left hand on the inside, and he doesn't want to get trapped there. UZUNIan finds an exit away to his right. Cuffs Yordanyan with a left. Tied looking right hand there from the Georgian fighter, who, like he always does, has put every single ounce into this one. Left hand there from UZUNIan again as he moves off. Nice little short right hand, and he's picked these singles well and kept it at distance, which has been the right thing to do, I think, because it just hasn't allowed Yordanyan to get on top of him. But he's put some spike into those punches and just knocked his man onto his back foot. A nice combination there from UZUNIan. Yordanyan barrels him back towards the corner, but doesn't really make any serious contact. And UZUNIan has had the confidence here in this final round just to stick to his boxing and really keep doing what he's been doing for the previous 2 rounds. From where I'm sitting, he outlanded Yordanyan about 3 or 4 to 1 in that round, and it should be enough to get it for him.
Yep, I agree with that, Andy. But given how the second round was scored, and I don't want to get into making allowance for how things were scored, but as we've pointed out, as I've pointed out during the course of the day, during the course of the tournament, if you're a back foot boxer, sometimes you've got to hold your feet and just show the judges that you can back the other guy up and you're not running. UZUNIan was doing anything but running. All his success, though, was exclusively on the back foot. I think he's done enough to win it, and he should be declared the victor here. I thought that was a very good display indeed. Credit to Yordanyan, who never stopped coming. Here's the verdict.
With a split decision, the winner is blue corner.
Well, UZUNIan gets it in the blue corner. He was up with the Belarusian judge, who gave the third round to Yordanyan in the end. The others were all 19-19, and he got enough of them. So he got 3 out of those 4 19-19s to turn it into a 4-1 scorecard in his favour. So the right man has got that there. It was closer than we had it on the scorecards, but the right man has got the verdict down. And I think that was his best performance of the tournament. I think that's the best I saw in boxing in the course of the 3 fights that I watched of his. 1 to go, the super heavyweights.